Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. I'm really excited about this. Like, the more I do this project, the better I'm getting at using various tools, and yeah, this is so much fun. So today we're going to be doing something different. Not so different, but a bit different. So normally my projects / tutorials are very like SQL heavy, but today we're going to spend very little time on SQL and a bit more time on Power BI. Yeah, starting this YouTube channel, getting very serious with this community has really challenged me to, take my Power BI skills to the next level. And yeah, thank you guys for being here with me. And on that note, let's get into the video. Today, we're going to be doing another Power BI and SQL project. Yeah, and as usual, if you're totally new here, my name is Stacy. And if you've never used MySQL, I'm going to put a video. I'm going to link a video down below that can just show you how to load your data set onto MySQL. And in that same tutorial, you can find a link to another tutorial that can help you set up MySQL if, you want to follow along using MySQL specifically. But feel free to use whatever tool you'd like to use. So as I say, today we're not spending so much time here. And yeah, let's start. So I just want us to create a very simple data set that will have a few columns. So for sure, we're going to have work year, job category, salary, currency, salary in USD, etc. And we want the salary, of course, in USD, and we also want the count of how many people are in that job category. Yeah, so pretty straightforward, especially if you're not new here. We do a lot of SQL, so this is something very quick, very basic. But in case anything we're doing here is something that you're not familiar with, feel free to check out previous projects or one of my SQL tutorials. So yeah, let's start. You could literally type what you need. Okay, so this is refusing to work. So work here. So you could start typing, or normally you could, there, double click and it comes, but we're not interested in job title. We're interested in job category. What else do you want? We want the salary, currency. We want the salary in USD, so this, but we'll just add it last because it's going to be an aggregated / calculated column. We want experience level, employment type. We could put, I'm not sure if you want experience type, but not employment type, no. Work setting, we'd want this. Want the company location, and we want the company size, yeah? So what do we want next? We want to count everything. Yeah, so we want a count of everything here. So if there are two data scientists who are in the same job category, salary, currency, experience level, work setting, company location, etc., they'll be counted as one, yeah? Counted as number of positions. Okay, so the next thing that we want is the what is it called? The next thing that we want is the sum of salaries in USD. Yeah, so I was like, we will have that last. So we want sum salary in USD as sum salaries. Okay, so this is what we're interested in, yeah? So every time you're working with a calculated / aggregated column, any non-aggregated column has to appear in the group by, or else you get an error, yeah? So that's something that we should all be familiar with by now, especially if you're not new to this channel, yeah? So one option is we literally type group by work year, job category, blah, 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 all the way to company size. Or you could use the position, so group by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we come here, and this just makes our life easier. So instead of writing group by each, you just use the location. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So this makes our life so much easier. So there are times you could be grouping by way more than this. Yeah. So imagine like each column, writing. It's not very neat. It's not very efficient. So yeah, this is better. Yeah. So we can come and run this. And we can also save this. So we're going to call it data jobs 1. Yeah. Okay. So there it is. I don't know if there's anything else that we want from here. I think this is enough for us to just download and, play around with our data set. Yeah. So now, as I said, this time round, we're spending very little time on SQL, and we're going to try and spend a bit more time on Power BI to just take time, play around with various Power BI features, and create a dynamic, what is it called? A dynamic dashboard. Yeah. So yeah, let's jump onto Power BI. Okay, we are here. So the first thing we're going to do is to just fetch our data set that I don't know where I put. Yeah, so just give me a minute. I look for it. Okay, so you just come to get data as we had done before. Text CSV, since ours is a CSV, so we have jobs in data. So I just went back and received it because, yeah, I'm not even sure if I'd saved it the previous time, but I just don't remember where I put it. So yeah, this is the data set that we had created. And yeah, let's give it a few minutes for it to load. And once it's loaded, it should appear here on our data pen. So for this particular project, we're only going to be working with visualizations and the data pen here. And we just want to create a dynamic dashboard that can give us a picture of like the state of data jobs when it comes to like what company size hires like data professionals the most, what experience level has saturated the market, do we have more entry, mid, or senior, which countries, like these companies that are hiring, which countries are they located in? Then looking at the specific attributes for at a per country level, so which country, like for example, if it's Kenya, the US, Germany, Tanzania, like the number of positions they have open, the salary for those positions, etc. Yeah. So what is the first thing we're going to do? So the first thing I want us to do is just add this text box here and put our title. So what is it going to, our title will be, we can say, state of data jobs, yeah. So we can highlight this, bold, make it a bit big, and we want to center align it. Okay. And yeah, there you go. So we have a title for our dashboard, yeah. So the first visual that I want us to put is we can have a bar chart, yeah. So since I want us to have some filters on this side, so let's just expand this. So I don't know. Let's try this and see. So for this particular bar chart, I want us to have the, what are they called? Salary. And I want it by job category. Okay, so as you can see, at an aggregate level, so this could be due to the fact that we have way more data science, like people in the data science and research category, or they could be few. but they're just paid like significantly better compared to other roles. So when we add the count, it will make that clear. But before we add the count, I just wanted us to edit this title here. So sum of salaries by job categories, let's make it bold. And let's also center align it here so it's neater. And yeah, so we can, the next thing we can put here is, so remember to click out, because if you don't click out of the visualization you have, the next thing you do will edit your visual, and that's what you want. You want a new visual. So what I want us to add is a stacked line chart. And I want it to be about the same length as, okay, so okay, I think this is a decent size here. So here we want the number of position again by job category here. So as you can see, the job category with the highest number of people is actually the category for data science and research. So we can't see, okay, yeah, that's better now. So you can read what's happening in full. So the next thing I want us to do is add a slicer. Yeah, so let's minimize this here. So the first slicer that I want us to add, we want it, we can have it here. So the first slicer I want us to add is for years. So work here. So Control Z to undo. We click on this, so make sure it's highlighted. Okay, so I don't want it as there, I didn't want it as a slider. I wanted it as a checkbox. So there we have it. So like if we want to look at, so like in 2020, there were fewer data data categories. So there's only data science and research, data engineering, machine learning, and AI data analysis. But when we click out for like 2020 all the way to 2023, we clearly had many more roles, yeah? So I think something that will be interesting to see is, let's add a card. And I want us to put this card here. We're going to make it smaller. Okay, yeah. So I want this card to just summarize for us how many job openings were there. So this is number of positions, yeah. So like if it's 2020, we can see, so actually, let's also clean up this title and make it more direct. So we can just be like, okay, it doesn't need a title. So you leave it at that. So sum of positions. So it's a sum of all the positions. So in 2020, there was a total of 71 positions in the data category. 2021, it increased to 197. 2022, wow, okay. Yeah, let me not get too much into the insight, but yeah, this is a crazy jump. It could be two things. It's actually true. It did jump like that. Or it could be a data issue. And I just don't like how this is in bold because it's next to the title. So I'm just going to come back here and I don't want it in bold anymore. Yeah. So sum of number of positions. Right, so I just want us to center align this. Yeah, that's much better. Okay. So I want us to add another slicer. And we are going to put it here. I'm making this long because on this slicer, I want us to have a company location. So we're just going to have a list of countries, yeah? So like, for example, I'm from Kenya. So let's see how things are in Kenya when it comes to data. Mm. Hmm. Okay, let's see Canada first. Okay, so okay. Hmm. Okay, here is Kenya. So Kenya, okay, yeah, this detail is definitely not accurate. And I'm not sure, like most data sets just underrepresent Africa. There's no way the representation of like the data jobs in the whole world. So like when it comes specifically to Kenya, there are only two positions. No, I don't think so. Oh, I should also point out that I'm going to link the dataset I'm using down below. Yeah, so if it's something that yeah, of course, so you can be able to download it, just read more about the description, and, come up with your own version of the dataset. Of the dashboard, you don't necessarily have to answer the questions that I have chosen to answer. Yeah. So the last two visuals that I want us to do is number one, I want us to look at the company size and work setting. I think we can do company size and work setting. So, oops, see what I mean? Always remember to click out. So you see what you see. So remember to click out. Yeah, so let's look at work setting. So work setting. So clearly most of the roles are in person, followed by remote, very few are hybrid. One of the data points that is contributing to hybrid positions, some number of positions by work settings. So we can leave it at number. Okay, so the next thing we also wanted to see was company size. So remember to click out and with company size. Let's see what visual it will pick for us. I actually like it. This is a table. Not very quick when it comes to consumption. But yeah, it makes sense for this type of visual. It's just not sitting well with me. Let's try. Okay. So I need to plug in my laptop. And we are back. I just want to make this a bit bigger. Okay, so, but the middle part feels so empty. Let's see. Okay. Okay, there we go. So yeah, if let's say someone was interested in small businesses only, you can click on small businesses, and clearly small businesses don't contribute to the majority of data job out there. Large businesses too, surprisingly. So clearly the majority of data jobs out there are driven by medium businesses. So that's a total of 8,448 businesses compared to just 744 that were driven by large businesses and 151 driven by small businesses, according to this data set. Yeah. So click out anywhere. So if you want to see in-person jobs, yeah, contribute decently to all data jobs, remote roles, yeah, kind of decent, hybrid roles, yeah, not so many, which you could quickly tell. So like if you are interested in remote roles and yeah, specifically in Canada, yeah, so that's what it looks like. So interesting. So like machine learning roles, let's see, that's 34, 28. But the highlighted, highlighted. Okay, so it kind of catches up here. So like in terms of salary spent on machine learning and AI and data science and research, it's almost the same. Despite the fact that the count for data science and research is way higher. So you could say in Canada, not you could say in Canada specifically, like the machine learning and AI role tends to fetch a higher salary. Yeah, so here is your dynamic dashboard that you could play around with. Yeah, so if you're interested in a particular country, particular year, you could see the salary for each job category. You could see the number of people employed in each job category. You could see like you can already see in-person roles at the majority, followed by remote. So if you just want further details on remote roles, maybe specifically in 2020, there you go, 2021, 2022, 2023. So yeah, you can play around with your dynamic dashboard and just, yeah, get up to speed with whatever information that you're interested in. And yeah, that's it for this very short project that I promised would not be the usual SQL heavy. So you're going to notice that going forward, I'm switching more to like Power BI. We've done a lot of SQL, but we're still not going to abandon it. We're going to do a good number of projects that are SQL solo, SQL and Power BI, SQL Power BI, Excel, SQL Power BI Tableau, plus Excel. Yes, especially once I get my equipment / my home office set up, I could do such a long project for you guys. But otherwise, guys, this is the end for this one. Really hope you learned something. Thank you for staying to the end. And yeah, see you in the next one. And before I go, a couple of things. So I don't even know if I introduced my name myself. So my name is Stacy. Somewhere I'm a data analyst, and I clearly love sharing the knowledge that I've gained thus far, hence this community. So if you want to be part of this journey, part of this community, feel free to subscribe. If you liked this video, like, yeah, smash the like button. Let me know down in the comment below, what did you like about this video? What do you want to see more of like, what could I have done better? Like, what do you want to see? Let me know down below. And as I mentioned, I do a lot of projects and tutorials around SQL or SQL, whatever you call it, Power BI, Tableau, Excel, Python. And my plan for this channel is to start sit-down videos. I'm really excited about that. I really want to have posted a couple of sit-down videos before the end of Q2 2024. Really excited about that. Then yeah, eventually figure out how we're going to get into like statistics lessons, a bit of R, yeah, because once we've mastered Python, transitioning to R will be it's easier, by the way, like I'm not joking, it's easier. Yeah, really excited. If this is something that you feel like you want to be a part of, again, feel free to like, yeah, subscribe and let me know down in the comments below, like what you'd like to see more of. Otherwise, I think that's it for me, for real, for real. So yeah, as I'd mentioned before, I do a bunch of projects and tutorials around SQL, Power BI, Tableau, Excel. So if you're interested in any of that, feel free to go check out my other videos minus that. Hope this was actually short and sweet. You learned something. I know I did. Really enjoyed this. See you people in the next one. Bye bye.